Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start tonight, August the 2nd's meeting. We have an invocation led by Commissioner Keller, the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Grogan, and then we'll have the roll call. Stand.
Heavenly Father, as we gather this evening, we ask your blessing on our meeting as all the people here. I ask that you give the commission the wisdom to make the decisions that we need to grow our city. We ask a blessing on all of our residents as we get ready to go back to school. Keep them all safe and let them enjoy a good year of education and learning. We ask a blessing on all of our staff for the job they do, and especially a blessing on all our first responders who keep us safe. Also, Lord, we ask a blessing on our military. Wherever they are in the world, keep them safe and bring them home to us. We ask all of this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Grogan?
Here.
Commissioner Wilson? Here. Mayor Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Firstner?
Here.
Commissioner Keller?
Here.
We have presentations and proclamations. Under the presentation, it's for Life Saving Award to Officer Christopher Kelly by Deputy Chief McCosker.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, Mr. Frank, Mr. Cookson. Chief Brown had asked me to do this presentation for me. He's at the Chiefs Conference, and it's really an honor to be able to do this type of presentation. Tonight we're going to be recognizing Officer Chris Kelly. Chris, if you could come on up front. Officer Kelly is a two-year officer with our police department, and he's a former member of the Army. And so we're very excited and pleased to have him as a member of our department. On June 10th, 2016, he was on regular patrol, and he was the first to respond to a medical call where a person was unresponsive, not breathing. Officer Kelly went ahead and did the life-saving CPR and revived the gentleman, and they brought him back at the hospital. So we're here to recognize him tonight for those actions. I would like to point out that this is Officer Kelly's second life-saving award in 2 years. So that's very exciting, and it's people like Officer Kelly that make me sleep a lot better at night living in Ocoee, so I appreciate it.
Did you put him in my zone?
Do you want him in here? Or do you want to put him in my zone?
I think you got one more there. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention that Officer Kelly's here with his wife, Elisa, and daughter, Reagan. I'm sure they'd like to take a picture as well.
Why don't they come on up and get a picture with all of them?
And his mom and his friend.
Yeah, get them all.
The whole crew.
Go ahead, have the whole family come on up. Come on. Come on. No, go in.
Great job. All right, now we're going to have comments from citizens and the public. Anybody in the audience, the citizens, have any comment on anything that's not on the agenda tonight? You want to speak, you can speak now and you fill out a form. If not, we'll get to the, when you get to the agenda, we'll pull up whoever needs to talk. All right, wait on Rob to come back. We'll do the staff reports.
Thank you, Mayor. Only one item this evening. We do have the staff report for number 11, which is the approval to execute purchase and sale agreement and all documents incident to closing on the parcels for 100 and 112 South Bluford Avenue.
All right. We need to. Okay, it's on number 11, so we'll do it.
It's number 11 on the consent agenda.
Okay, all right. On the consent agenda, so we'll pull it.
Not on the
It's
consent.
not on.
Oh, it's not. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, it's on the, all right.
That's all I
Anything
have.
else?
Thank you.
All right, Commissioner's announcements. Commissioner Grogan,
I have nothing at this time, thank you.
Commissioner Wilson,
Just wanted to announce that the Ocoee Family Fest will be August 27th. It's a great event. I hope our citizens will go and enjoy themselves at that event. It's from 5 to 8 on McKee Street.
that's it.
That's it.
Commissioner Forstner.
Lieutenant Bruce Bennett is retiring from the fire department after 23 years, and the fire department's going to honor him with a retirement party come August 27th. They've reserved the Ison Center, but they're facing a charge for the rental of the facility. So I'd like to share with the rest of the commission the thought of waiving that fee for the fire department to rent the facility.
Is that a motion?
Is it-
I'll make a motion that we waive the fee for the fire department.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded for waiving the fee. Is that at the Lakeshore Center?
No, it's the Ison Center.
Ison Center. We checked already for the dates, see if it's open.
Yes.
Okay. All
Mayor,
right.
you probably want to waive the fee and the deposit requirement also.
Okay.
Yeah. So it
Waive
will
the
be the
fee
fee and the
and the
deposit. Okay. No more questions? Let's vote. Commissioner Keller?
None at this time.
All right, one item here I'll bring up now under the thing is 1031 Wolf, who is putting on a barbecue for Blue. It's, the objective is we'll host a free barbecue to recognize and honor local law enforcement. The free event will offer up barbecue from local restaurants, barbecue vendors, non-alcoholic beverages, and fun for the kids, bounce house and face paintings. What they want, they're gonna have it at the Ocoee Lakefront. Parks and Recs is gonna be, I guess, participating somehow. Did you check? And it's open for that date. It's been open for that date, so they're estimating about 100 and 200. If it's giving away free barbecue, it might be more than that, so. So what, it's gonna be Porky's Barbecue, Four Rivers, State Farm with a smoker, and Johnny's. So what we need to do is vote on whether to give them a free, for waive the fees.
What date is this?
August the 27th, 11 to 2 o'clock. So,
Are we
Is that
requesting-
outside? Is that just in
it's outside.
Breeze Park?
It's outside.
I didn't even know we charged.
Huh?
Yeah, we do.
There is
I
a
didn't know we
charge.
even charged.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
I just want to make sure it's approved to do and everybody.
It's a great cause.
I'll make the motion.
Motion made, Commissioner Keller,
I'll second.
seconded by Commissioner Grogan. No more comments, let's vote. Thank you, guys, thank you. All right, consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Keller, approved, seconded by Commissioner Grogan.
Question?
Question, yes, ma'am?
Do we want to add number 11 into the consent agenda? Is that what you were saying, Rob?
No, I thought Rob said that, but.
I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry.
I thought it was on there originally. You can deal with it separately. It's not a big issue.
Okay, I couldn't hear what you said.
All right,
That's the only question I had.
that's it.
That's
No
it.
more comments? All right, let's vote. Motion carries unanimously. All right. Public hearing, the Daniel Ray property preliminary final subdivision plan. City Planner Rumor.
Okay, for the record, Mike Rumor, City Planner. The item before you is a preliminary and final subdivision plan for the Daniel Ray commercial subdivision. The property is located on the south side of State Road 50, between the 429 and the Florida Turnpike. The location is adjacent to the West 50 commercial subdivision, which is made up of 4 lots. Presently, this is an older aerial. We have the pause and play. You have the Store Quick or the Store Quick facility under construction, just about done. This is parcels which were recently annexed in and given the C3 zoning by this commission. This is bringing up that commercial subdivision. It's a 3-lot commercial subdivision which is located on the end of this public road called West Run Road. So they will be extending West Run Road to provide access to the facility, to the lots. There is no access directly onto State Road 50. The subdivision is a 3-lot commercial subdivision, of which in your packet you will see also a small-scale site plan for Dr. Daniel's vet service. He is going on Lot 1. So what you have before you is a preliminary and final site plan approval for this 3-lot commercial subdivision. It's approving a track for a public road, the connection, the extension of West Run Road. There's a track for a retention pond, which will handle the public road right-of-way, most of the storm water for the lots. There are wetlands on this property that will not be touched. You have a little finger here, and you can see the required 25-foot buffer, and you have some wetlands in the corner. And again, this is a 3-lot commercial subdivision, Zone C3, and then we have a 2-story veterinary office that's being proposed on Lot 1 as well. The small-scale site plan is not a public hearing, but it is a part of this plan set, so if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those. If you have any comments on this particular site plan. With those, I'll entertain any questions. And I believe some of you may have attended a groundbreaking that they held recently, so you know about the project.
If I may, Mayor?
Yes.
Now, you said there is not a plan to come off of 50?
Not directly into this property, correct?
And I guess my question is, in the other overhead picture, it looked like there was a sand area that.
Yes.
Yeah, that looked like.
Yes, you're correct. There used to be some small residential units back here, but under the Highway 50 widening plan, this access is taken out. It's gone.
Okay.
It's gone. The closest I could fit just happened to be this area, and they worked out a deal with DOT to get this entrance on the 50.
Okay. All right, that was my only question. Thank you.
Anybody else?
These aerials become old. There's so much is going on. So
Yeah.
quick, it's
I mean, I did attend the groundbreaking, and it was very impressive as to what the plans are for the veterinary
yes.
facility.
Anybody else?
So this is the
All right,
site plan review. This isn't a rezoning.
I'm gonna open it up for a public hearing. We'll open it up for a public hearing. Anybody in the audience want to make comments on the issue for the Daniel Ray property? We have to come up to the mic and give us your name and address, please.
The engineer is here and a representative of the applicant
Okay.
as well.
Yeah, hi, my name is Saeed Karam. I'm at 516 Adele Bay Loop in Ocoee. And the question I have is on Lot 2, how will it be accessed? How would access be granted to Highway 50?
The access to all 3 lots is through the West Run Road that exists right now. Behind, you see West Run Road?
Yeah,
That provides the access to all 3 lots.
on the previous drawing, or maybe one forward, it has the extension of that road, but I don't see it coming through. Yeah, right
Yeah.
there.
So there's an extension with a hammerhead
Okay.
at this time. If lot three is a good sized lot. If that were to develop in the future, it could either be done as a further subdivision of the lot and we'd look at the public road, or it would just be through easements on a driveway.
So at this point in time, the Hammerhead would be the only access point to Lot 2?
To lot two, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. You need to fill out a form. They're in the back. Put your name and address in. Thank you. Anybody else in the public have any comments? All right, we'll bring it back to the podium, for discussion or vote. Anybody else have any discussion on it?
No.
I'll make a motion to approve the preliminary final subdivision plan for the Daniel Ray property.
Motion made by Commissioner Firstman. Do I hear a second?
Second?
Seconded by Commissioner Wilson. Any more discussion? If not, let's vote. Motion carries unanimously. All right, going to regular agenda, item I. Number 9, issue of water and sewer revenue bonds downtown and West Sanitary Sewer and Silver Star Water Blueford Streetscape.
Mayor, Commissioners, I'm Bob Briggs with the City Finance Department. We're here tonight with the first agenda item related to the Downtown Blueford Improvements Project, as they're outlined in the agenda item. We're asking the Commission to consider the issuance of water and sewer revenue and refunding bonds as part of this project, as well as the issuance of an RFQ for underwriting services in this manner. Over the past few weeks, our team has worked with our financial advisor, who is present tonight, and our rate consultants to complete two things. One is a financing structure, and most importantly, a revenue sufficiency study, of which a copy would have been handed out tonight. The recommended financing structure is complete. The revenue sufficiency indicates that no additional revenue enhancements are necessary to fund the bonds, so we can do it with our existing rate structure. Borrowing remains at historically low levels and are easily supported with our existing revenues. With us tonight, I told you, our rate consultants and the FA. Is there any questions or concerns of the Commission? We can have them addressed by our consultants tonight.
Anybody, any commissioners have any discussion?
Nope. Waiting for the project to start.
This is the project starting from up on the plant coming down Worth Road. So when's the start date, Charles?
Yeah, currently, and this morning, we had the pre-bid meeting. We're under bid. We should be opening up the 12th bid for the first phase, the north phase of the downtown sewer project. It should probably, my recommendation, go in the first meeting in September, and as soon as we can get the contractor to get started right after that, might be probably anywhere from 30 to 45 days.
All right, thank you. All right, it's not a public hearing, but I will ask anybody in the public if they'd like to make any comments on this issue. You're welcome to do that. So, if not, we'll go ahead and bring it back up here to the podium. And if no more discussion,
Motion to approve?
motion by Commissioner Keller to approve. Second? Second by, let me hear that again.
It can be
Like
one of them.
Commissioner Wilson. Seconded by Commissioner Wilson. All right, no more comments, let's vote.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Thank
All
you
right,
very
motion
much.
carries unanimously.
Mayor, I have a question at this point. I know, if you don't mind, if I could just take a moment to deviate till we get to, for the next item. In that we have a rate consultant here tonight. A few years ago, we had them come forward regarding a rate structure in order to increase the introduction of reclaimed water into some of our neighborhoods that don't have reclaimed water. And of late, I've been getting kind of a clamoring of neighborhoods, one being Admiral's Point, that is not in the current, should I say, 5-year plan regarding getting reclaimed water. And I'm wondering at this point if it's a good time to ask for the review of this again, maybe planning a workshop during one of our meetings with the rate consultant to go over this again. I just think it's important, our neighborhoods that want it, they're not getting it, and we need to see how we can, at this point, move forward, a little more aggressive at moving forward.
Charles?
Again, Charles can answer, but I'm asking if the commission would support me on this matter also.
Henry Thomas with PRMG is here. I'll let him speak for that. Okay.
Commissioner, as you mentioned, several years ago, we did hold a workshop on this topic. So we have developed a set of proposed rates. We can certainly look at other alternatives as well. We'd probably like to take a brief amount of time just to dust it off and make sure it's up to date. But I think that the rates are consistent with the rate structure already in place. So if you want to take another look at it, I think we can pull the information together fairly quickly.
I'm at this point asking the commission if they would support me on this, to look at this, how we could be a little more aggressive.
I wouldn't mind being a little more aggressive, because I know Sawmill is, everybody around us who's newer than us all has reclaimed water, and we still don't. So, and I know we'd really like it, so I wouldn't mind seeing if there's something we can do to speed up the process.
I just got one thing to say, and that's, we're working on forced regular water, not reclaimed water in all District 1 and all up there. And as long as this does not interfere with
Right.
monies or revenues or anything to get that done, that's
Right.
way more important than reclaimed water at this point.
I'm not interested in
So as
changing
long
anything in
as-
the direction we're going. I just want us to continue to
Right.
move forward.
Yeah. I'd just like to relook. I think it is time we revisit it and just see if everything's still as it was the last time we had that done. So I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Well, what we could do is, and I'll ask Rob, we can set it up where they bring us back and present it to us with what the cost and the areas to do, because I mean, I don't know what areas else we're talking about, because like where I'm at, we don't have it, so I mean.
Yeah, there's some subdivisions out there, Mayor, that are in the 5 to 10 year time frame also, and would possibly be able to bring those up into the into the 5-year capital budget. If we went ahead and looked at a possible adjustment to the reclaim rates, I think we could do that fairly quickly.
Yes. What I'd like to see, and Charles, I don't understand, if we don't want to hit, jump, and skip around, it's got to be where it comes down the flow with areas where you're going down, right? So we need to look at that too. We can't just jump all over town. Don't fall.
We have developed, and we have been following a master plan for implement and reclaim. And it was built on the idea of connectivity as also the harvesting of groundwater withdrawal by replacing it with reclaim. And the program has followed itself. It's just over the years, as we've been doing reclaim, every time we go into a neighborhood, we see a 1/3 drop. The customers see a 1/3 drop, and probably the net effect is that now with us implementing reclaim, we've seen a loss of about $1 million a year because of reclaim. And that's kept us from moving forward with other projects as quickly. And that's all we're asking is, the last time we came to you, is to be able to recover some of that $1 million a year so that we could keep the program moving forward on a timely manner.
Well, like I said, maybe you can set up the deal and bring it back to us and show us the proposal.
Okay.
I'd also like to see where we've had it at and what the income or what the usage.
We'd be glad to.
Same time. Is that all right, Rob?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we actually
okay
gave
with
a
us?
couple of
Yes.
different options last time too, so if we could resurrect that format and maybe bring it back very, in a similar format to what we did before.
Okay.
Be
All right.
very
Be glad to.
informative.
All right.
Thank you.
Soon as you can. So we'll be going through the budget process too, so we need to figure out how we can figure that in.
Well, I'll get with PRMG.
All right. All right, thank you. We voted on that, didn't we?
I think it just was a consensus thing. I don't think we.
Yeah.
Consensus.
We voted on 9, yes.
Yeah, that, we already did nine. We are at 10.
You want a motion?
No, I don't think we have to have.
I think
just
we
have a
got it.
I
consensus.
think we would do it with consensus.
Not on the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cost share, number 10, cost share grant from St. Johns River Water Management District to replace all remaining non-smart meters with upgrade to AMI and customer portable. Director Smith.
Well, it's always, good time when I can come up here and bring to you an opportunity for us to get $1.15 million. And we have to thank St. John's and all their effort and work with us. This is the third grant that we've got from them. We've got one about 3 or 4 years ago to put meters in. And then this year, we're currently finishing up a grant right now. We're doing the work for it. And then this is going to be the largest one, and this is going to complete it. Out there in the field right now, and I don't want to go into a long discussion because meters are pretty to me, but to a lot of people, meters are like tires. They're just ugly and they're something you got to live with. But the long of the story is we have 3 different metering systems: a touch, a drive-by radio read, and a tower read. And the tower read, of course, is the most modern meters there are, and they're very advanced. They give the customers a lot of ability to see what their usage is. And one of the problems that we have with having these 3 different systems is a customer will come in and want to talk to us about it, and we'll start touting the new metering system, and lo and behold, they don't have the new metering system, or they have an older metering system, or they have a half implemented. Well, this grant with the matching, with the action that you just previously made for the bond money, will allow us to go in and transition every meter to the FlexNet system. We plan on starting the work October 1st. It's probably going to take us anywhere from 6 to 8 months, maybe a little bit shorter. And one of the reasons that it's going to take us that long, we could do the work a lot faster, is we've got to make sure when we put some meters in the ground, we don't overload finance department with the transition to the new meters, the new metering that would affect the monthly bills for everyone. So it's like we've got 2.5 weeks to work get the meters in there and get them programmed, and then another week before the metering reading to make sure that we calibrate them, make sure everything's running good, troubleshoot them, and then have the reading and the bills produced. So that's it. We do have Nancy Chrisman here with St. John's, and she has been very supportive with us. We are very lucky. St. John's looks favorable down on us, and we have really worked with them and should be thankful for this grant for many reasons besides the money.
She brings a check.
It's a mail.
Ooh, would you like to say anything, or come on up?
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. Nancy Chrisman, St. Johns River Water Management District. The district is always pleased to cost share and have as partners those communities who are innovative and thinking about the future and the best way to supply our water to your customers. So we are very happy to cost share with this, and we probably will have another program coming up in the next several months, so maybe your reclaimed system may be one of those candidates for another cost share, something to look at in the future.
Sounds good. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate it
I'll
very
be there
much.
to beg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, I just wanted to recognize Charles and his staff for all the work they did in securing this grant, and I think part of it was forging such a good relationship with the Water Management District over the years that actually put us in a running for the grant. So good work, Charles, and thank your staff for us, please.
Thank you, Charles.
Yes, thank you very much.
And thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
We'll thank you for voting on it. Now's the time for a motion.
Motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Keller, seconded by Commissioner Grogan. Any more comments? If not, let's vote. Motion carries unanimously. Number 11, potential purchase of real estate valued at less than $250,000. City Attorney Cookson.
The city recently presented with an opportunity to purchase a piece of property, actually 2 lots on Bluford Avenue. Al will show the location of those at 100 and 112 South Bluford Avenue. There's an existing building on one of the lots and a vacant lot adjacent to it. This is a picture of it at nighttime. You see it there, kind of. Bluford Avenue running north and south to the west of the yellow rectangles. Those 2 yellow rectangles are the 2 lots, 100 and 112 South Bluford Avenue. You may recognize that building as the I don't know what the name of it is, some computer, it's a computer store.
Insurance office.
Yeah. I think you're familiar with that. The property is currently under contract to be sold to Florida Properties. Florida Properties has agreed to, once they buy the property, to turn around and sell it to the city. The purchase price on both transactions is $225,000. It was originally $249,900 or $250,000. Florida went back and negotiated with the seller once an appraisal was obtained. The appraisal came in at $200,000. The seller agreed to reduce the price down to $225,000. So the difference between the appraised value at $200,000 and the purchase price, the city staff feels that because of the location and because of the redevelopment in the area, this is an important piece for that and justifies an increase payment of $25,000 more than the appraised value. So city staff recommends that the city commission approve the purchase of these two parcels. If approved, the closing would occur on August 12th. And the recommendation is for the purchase and have the mayor execute all documents related to that purchase.
All right. Al, do you got any comments?
No, sir. We inspected the property, we have looked at it, and we've gone through the due diligence process prior to the...
Yeah, we obtained title commitment we've looked at, we've obtained a survey we've looked at, we've obtained an appraisal looked at. Al has looked at the property physically. So I think we've done enough due diligence along with Florida to feel comfortable that there's not going to be any hidden problems with the property.
Okay. Any comments from commissioners?
Make a motion.
Make a motion. Commissioner Wilson.
Make a motion to approve?
Commissioner made a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Grogan. Any more comments? I think it's a great asset to pick up for the city and along with our redevelopment of Blueford Avenue. Let's vote. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much. Staff, any more staff action?
No, sir.
Comments from commissioners. Commissioner Keller.
None, Mayor, thank you.
Commissioner First.
No, thank you.
Commissioner Wilson.
Yes, please don't forget the budget workshops will be August the 15th and August the 30th,
Yep.
with the hearing date set for, pardon me for having to find it on my calendar first, September 12th and September 21st. I can't stress the importance to our citizens to attend these meetings, to give us your input. It's so important. This is your city. This is your budget. This is your budget. And we're here setting it, but we do need your input. I ask you to please come down. The budget is, I'm assuming the budget went online. Did it go online yet?
I believe today.
It went online today? So you can go to the city website, look at the budget, and your input is so important. We're working very hard on some changes, moving Ocoee forward, and the only way we're gonna do that is in budget times. So please come down and let's have your voice be heard. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Commissioner Grogan.
Yes, Mayor, I know it's kind of far out, but November 15th, I believe most of us will not be here, and we'll need to, there will not be a quorum, we'll probably cancel that meeting. I believe it's the 15th, am I correct on that? You wanted to worry about sunshine laws.
I don't go, I
Yes.
guess that's that national?
Is it
Yeah, it's
Okay,
National League of Cities.
That's the Nationals.
So are you making a motion to?
Yeah, so that we validated that the 15th of November, that we will not be here, that the meeting be canceled.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Grogan, council November the 15th, city council meeting, seconded by Commissioner Keller. Any more comments? Let's vote.
And that's all I have.
That it? Just a couple things, bring up, what about, I don't know if Mark left or Jeff's not here, but Craig, I asked you a couple of questions on. How are we going to handle the people that are over at Mark's or Johnson? So we're going to handle the people over roaming around the parks and the buildings with this Pokemon or Pokemon, whatever it is.
Pokemon Go?
They're everywhere. I mean, that's the comment. They're everywhere.
You can play.
I have a hard time just doing a computer. But what I'm asking is, I go over there and the trash is now over there. They're just throwing their drinks down on the ground and the trash and everything else. So I mean, is there somehow, and when you have a function going on, they're parking in the parking lot. So how are we going to control that?
Mayor, one of the things, actually, before the meeting started tonight, I asked Mark to come outside, and I asked him to have someone check on that every day. I've noticed an increase of about 100% in trash every morning, too. So we're going to have somebody walk around and pick that stuff up in the morning. I'm not really familiar with the parking issue. I don't know if that's become an issue at nighttime. If it is, we're going to have to get some employees out there to make sure
Can
the
we
lot is
take that
really
off?
accessible.
Is there a way of removing Pokemon from
You
our
can
area?
actually,
I
there
understand
is
there
a
is.
place where you can go in and ask for your GPS coordinates to be taken off.
Maybe we should go that route, or at least entertain it.
We can do that. We're kind of still waiting. I thought it might taper off after a while. I guess we could, you know, if we do have a function on Friday night, we could always close off the parking lot until right before it starts or something like that. You know, we're open to ideas, I think. I don't know if you gentlemen have any ideas on that.
But closing off the parking lot, I question whether they're just going to, there's gonna be foot traffic in there. I was in there one evening, I went to the HAPCO program, and the parking lot
It's
was
popular.
quite a group of kids, and so I asked if they're doing exercise group. And they informed me that, no, they were doing Pokemon. And I mean, it was a large group.
It's probably the first time most of them been outside before.
We've had it happen already with one of our events. We've had to tell people it's a private event. They can go in the field and do what they want, just stay out in the parking lot. So we have staff that's staffed at the event, so they walk around and take care of that kind of stuff. But, I mean, we could block it off, but
I suggest we try to have the IT department give them a call and get it off of the,
Yeah.
put it somewhere else, just move it.
I'm not trying to mess with
Right.
anybody's thing, but it's just with the.
Put it in one of the parks,
If
not.
somebody having a wedding or somebody having something there, it's going to be kind of a problem, you know?
They spent a lot of money on that facility.
Yeah.
And then they got Pokemon folks
Yeah.
running around.
I guess when we can maybe call up and see if we could limit it to just the lakefront park down there and keep the
Yeah.
rest of the park and the Lakeshore Center out of it. I think that might be an acceptable solution.
I was gonna say, you still gotta have them parking there. I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll.
That might not affect the
get what
parking.
you're-
though.
Sign no Pokemon parking.
Have it in the ball fields. Let them move it to the ball fields.
I was just going to add that as we start implementation of downtown redevelopment, we're going to want as much Pokemon in this area as possible.
Well, we'll bring it back.
We want Pokemon in this area? Sure.
It actually,
Well, but the problem is that when you start construction, you really don't want those
You
folks
tell that
walking
to the
into
ladies spending
construction.
$20,000 on a wedding and having.
Yeah,
No, I know, I'm talking
gonna say
about,
that-
I'm talking about up on McKee Street and
Yeah, I
and
was
in the
gonna say-
downtown
Yeah,
area.
in certain areas, but I mean, when you've got construction going on and these folks are out there not watching.
Let's strategically
Well, I
move it
almost ran
around.
out of time.
Can we research it and see
Yeah.
just what about?
I'll
here?
research and try to find out the way to move it somewhere else.
All right.
Then we're gonna find you on your phone. with
Once
Yeah,
a month,
pictures.
once a month,
because the
move
thing is, once we really start building up the downtown, you're gonna
Yeah.
want those people, because
Right.
once they're there looking for Pokemon, then they're gonna stop in at the restaurants and everything else to get something to
Pokemon
eat,
store.
So, yeah, so it will actually get us some good downtown business.
Yeah, but in the meantime, it could be very hazardous.
Yeah, it could be a problem, it could be a problem with the weddings and all that, so we just
Yeah.
need to
I would-
carve out some of the areas.
Just give us some kind of report on it. I would make a comment on a couple things. First of all, we've had two or three people in our city, employees, that have been really under the weather and sick, and we want to let them know that we're thinking about them, and let them know James Kelly's back out, had surgery. We've got another firefighter just had a heart stent put in, and we've got another gentleman that's a fire lieutenant that's up in Gainesville. So we want to let them all know that we've got them in our thoughts and prayers, and we're thinking of them. So they're part of our group of our cities and our families, so we want them to know that we're thinking about them. So if there's nothing else, we'll adjourn the meeting.
Oh, my God, that's a record. That's a record. I still hold the right. Good.